Play button 1 of 4. Play screen. Done. Play screen. Servers tab. Press the L1 button to tab left. Press the R1 button to tab right. Server loading. Cancel. Generating world. Welcome to CubeCraft Bedrock. Button 1 of 1. Player view. Press wireless controller right button to open chat. One of 5. Player view. 3. Platonic Squid 38 join your game 9/10. Server is now full. Game starting in 10 seconds. Poglover 6027 join your game 10/10. Blockwars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Blockwars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Blockwars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Blockwars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Blockwars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost, 1 vote. Yashking 28516 died in the void. Soul Crusher 1001 thought they could survive in the void. Fix 13 scored. Bread thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Soul Crusher 1001. Cinemonus 9667 thought they could swim in lava. Soul Crusher 1001 died in the void. Platonic Squad 38 scored. X60 scored. Erasable Trout 49 was slain by Cinemonus 9667. Fix 13 scored. Red thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Platonic Squad 38. Yashking 28516 died in the void. Famously 432 thought they could survive in the void. Poglover 6027 tried being a ninja against X60 but it didn't turn out so well. X60 died in the void while escaping. Poglover 6027. Platonic Squad 38 scored. Fix 13 scored. Poglover 6027 died in the void. Fred was slain by Soul Crusher 1001. Poglover 6027 thought they could survive in the void. X60 scared Platonic Squad 38 into the void. X60 scored. Erasable Trout 49 thought they could survive in the void. Fix 13 scored. Famously 432 burned to death while fighting Platonic Squad 38. Yashking 28516 scored. X60 scored. Erasable Trout 49 thought they could swim in lava while fighting X60. Fred thought they could survive in the void while escaping. Poglover 6027. Fix 13 scored. Santibrist thought they could survive in the void. Cinemonus 9667 scored. Yashking 28516 thought they could survive in the void. Poglover 6027 tried to escape X60 by jumping into the void. Famously 432 thought they could survive in the void. Cinemonus 9667 picked up a speed power up. Cinemonus 9667 picked up a speed power up. X60 scored. Fix 13 scored. Fred scored. Poglover 6027 thought they could survive in the void. Famously 432 thought they could swim in lava. Platonic Squad 38 scored. Fix 13 scored. X60 kicked Yashkin 28516 into the abyss. Fred scored. Poglover 6027 was pulled into the void by X60 head stage Kraken. Platonic Squad 38 tried being a ninja against X60 but it didn't turn out so well. X60 scored. Fred scored. Fix 13 scored. Poglover 6027 thought they could survive in the void. Yashking 28516 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Cinemonas 9667. Santi Chris thought they could survive in the void. X6T scored. Then Fred scored. Fix 13 scored. Irascible Trout 49 thought they could swim in lava while fighting X6T. Platonic Squad 38 scored. Then Fred thought they could survive in the void. Parklover 6027 thought they could survive in the void. Famous Lead for 32 scored. Cinemonas 9667 scored. X6T scored. Santi Chris burned to death while fighting Cinemonas 9667. Fix 13 scored. Cinemonas 9667 thought they could survive in the void. Red won the game. Top players red, X6T blue, Platonic Squad 38. Game length, 3 minutes, 47 seconds. Kills, 2. Deaths, 2. KD, 1.0. Pit entries, 4. Then Fred scored. Plus, Platonic Squad 38 join your game 3/10. Plus, X6T join your game 4/10. Plus, Parklover 6027 join your game 5/10. Plus, Famous Lead for 32 join your game 6/10. Plus, Then Fred join your game 7/10. Plus, Cinemonas 9667 join your game 8/10. Plus, Yashking 28516 join your game 9/10. Server is now full, game starting in 10 seconds. Plus, Santi Chris join your game 10/10. X6T left your game 9/10. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is start. 432 died in the void. Player view, 2 of 9. Yashking 28516 thought they could survive in the void. Parklover 6027 died in the void while escaping Cinemonas 9667. Fix 13 scored. Then Fred scored. Famous Lead for 32 died in the void. Platonic Squad 38 died in the void while escaping Santi Chris. Fix 13 was slain by Santi Chris. Yashking 28516 scored. Then Fred scored. Kin 7688 died in the void while escaping Santi Chris. 5 of 9. Platonic Squad 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Santi Chris. Fix 13 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Yashking 28516. Parklover 6027 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Cinemonas 9667. Chat screen. Player view. Santi Chris died in the void while escaping Fix 13. Then Fred scored. Famous Lead for 32 thought they could survive in the void. Santi Chris died in the void. Yashking 28516 scored. Cinemonas 9667 scored. Fix 13 scored. 2 of 9. Parklover 6027 died in the void while escaping Santi Chris. Then Fred scored. Kin 7688 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Yashking 28516. Irascible Trout 49 died in the void while escaping Yashking 28516. Yashking 28516 died in the void while escaping Platonic Squad 38. Famous Lead for 32 died in the void. Platonic Squad 38 scored. Kin 7688 thought they could survive in the void. Then Fred scored. Fix 13 scored. Famous Lead for 32 thought they could survive in the void. Yashking 28516 scored. Ginfred died in the void while escaping. Platonic scored 38. Simonis 96-67 scored. Platonic scored 38 scored. Kin 76-88 died in the void while escaping. Santigris. Irascible Trout 49 died in the void while escaping. Ginfred. Santigris scored. Ginfred scored. Famous lead for 32 thought they could survive in the void. Fix 13 scored. Platonic squid 38 was slain by Santigris. Yashking 285-16 scored. Top players red. Fix 13 blue. Ginfred. Game length 5 minutes 15 seconds. Kills 4. Deaths 8. KD 0.5. Hit entries 3. Class, Platonic Squid 38 join your game 3/10. Class, Parklover 6027 join your game 4/10. Class, Famous Lead for 32 join your game 5/10. Class, Ginfred join your game 6/10. Class, Simonis 96-67 join your game 7/10. Class, Yashking 285-16 join your game 8/10. Class, Kin 76-88 join your game 9/10. Server is now full. Game starting in 10 seconds. Class, Santigris join your game 10/10. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Clockwise 10. Yashking 285. Player view. Emote screen. Fix 13 died in the void while. Player view. 4. Kin 76-88 scored. Yashking 285-16 died in the void. Santigris scored. Platonic squid 38 picked up a haste power up. Famous lead for 32 died in. Chat screen. Fix 13. Player view. Parklover 6027 scored. Fix 13 thought they could survive in the void. Ginfred was slain by Parklover 6027. Yashking 285-16 scored. Simonis 96-67 was slain by Parklover 6027. Platonic squid 38 scored. Yashking 285-16 thought they could survive in the void. Platonic squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Santigris. Famous lead for 32 scored. Fix 13 was slain by Simonis 96-67. Ginfred scored. Famous lead for 32 died in the void. Yashking 285-16 scored. Platonic squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Santigris. Parklover 6027 died in the void while escaping Ginfred. Ginfred scored. Fix 13 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Simonis 96-67. Famous lead for 32 died in the void. Platonic squid 38 picked up us. Fix 13 thought they could survive in the void. Pillar Quartz block. Irascible Trout 49 scored. Player view. Famous lead for 32 scored. Ginfred scored. Yashking 285-16 scored. 6 of 9. Fix 13 died in the void while escaping Simonis 96-67. Famous lead for 32 died in the void. Yashking 285-16 was slain by Parklover 6027. Ginfred scored. Platonic Squid 38 was slain by Santi Chris. Yashking 28516 died in the void. Irascible Trout 49 was slain by Lorenzo Michel. Cinemonus 9667 was slain by Parklover 6027. Bread scored. Check. Cinemonus. Player view. Parklover 6027 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Santi Chris. Follow our Instagram at QCraft Games. Take a look at our marketplace content and some awesome renders of our updates. Lorenzo Michel scored. Fred scored. Irascible Trout 49 scored. Top players red. Parklover 6027 blue. Emote screen. Player view. Pop. Player view. Pause screen. Main. Cross button select.